Good, beautiful morning, everybody, and welcome to the Saturday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul. My name is William Michael Forbes. I'm a spiritual medium, a channel, and an intuitive life coach. And I want to say that this is a brand new day. Every day is a brand new day. This is a brand new moment for you. Every single day is brand new. Today, I have with me the energy of a group called the Ascended, who want to talk about the concept of how to start awakening, how to actually start awakening, and really what that is. And we're going to get into that in a few minutes, but we'll give everybody a chance to come and join us this morning. Like I said, it is a brand new, beautiful day. The only reason it's not like a brand new, beautiful day to you is because you're stuck either in your mind about the past or you're worried about the future. You know, one of the biggest steps you can take to begin to liberate yourself from your suffering and anything else you don't want to be a part of is to learn to get out of the past and to get out of a future past or a past present. But hey, good morning. Good morning. I also want to make a quick note for my patrons that we have our patron-only live event Wednesday, February the 7th at 7 p.m. And we're going to have Master Atreyu who's going to be discussing do not stay asleep. Do not stay asleep. I'm really excited about that. What does he mean by asleep? What does he mean? What's he going to say? We'll find out next Wednesday. Patrons, I look forward to seeing you guys then. It's going to be a lot of fun, as they always seem to be. Who we got coming in here now? Let's see. Good morning, YouTube. Good morning, Facebook. Good morning, TikTok. Let's see over here. I'm just going to turn this other device off here. Otherwise, we'll hear all the noise that I have coming in sometimes. Okay. There we go. Good morning, Rebbe. Good to see you. Good morning. Hi, Yolanda. Hello, Suzanne. Good to see you. Good afternoon for those of you that are in. Hello, Ursula. Good to see you. Good afternoon if you're in Europe. Might be good morning if you're in Australia. Or it could be good evening in Australia. Good morning, lovely souls. Hi. Yeah. So we are, Thank you. Yeah, we're going to get into this right away. Thank you for subscribing. I really appreciate that. Thank you so much. So the Ascended came today, and on Saturday, what we usually do is we do a short discussion, kind of intermixed with a form of the foundations of what meditation is, because this is really important. But before we get into that, I was told, I had a conversation with God this morning about meditation, and he told me to say this. This is in response to somebody who'd made a comment on one of my YouTube videos. And the comment they made was, let's see if I got the whole thing here. The comment they made was on the video called Unlocking the Infinite Power Within, Embracing the Universal Consciousness. And the statement they made is, consciousness is spirit science called the subconscious mind. And what God told me to respond to that with this answer, he said, that is one aspect of it through which our capacity for creation comes. In other words, the subconscious mind is one aspect. Again, I'm now paraphrasing, but as I really read this, that is one aspect of it through which our capacity for creation comes. The subconscious mind is one aspect through which your capacity for creation comes. He then goes on to say, another is the fact that your awareness has the capacity to differentiate itself from the body and both the conscious and unconscious mind, and therefore able to consider the source of who you are as someone not defined by this world. We are capable of becoming Christ-like, here to assist others in the realization of God. That last sentence was what he was talking to me about. He said, we are all, when he missed that, we are all capable of becoming Christ-like in our function. So I was told to share that response from him with all of you. And I want to thank that person. Who are you, by the way, beautiful soul? He goes by the YouTube handle Ben DN Talk. And thank you so much for that comment, Ben. I really appreciate it. No, to start awakening, this is really important because so many people, they tell me, are asleep. And this is literally the time to awaken. And it's happening whether you like it or not. The energy is coming into this planet to facilitate awakening. But one of the most powerful steps to awakening, and we're going to share this with you in just a moment, and it's something we're going to request that you do while we go through the rest of this broadcast and the transmission that comes with it. And that is, if you're sitting down or lying down, doesn't matter, relax your body, like consciously and deliberately give your body permission to relax. And what you can do, this is what they've taught us to do, is you breathe, fill your lungs completely, breathe deeply, fill your lungs completely, hold the breath for about 3 seconds, and then release it. And as you release it, you give your body permission to relax. What this begins to do is it begins to restore you to the position of authority over the body through using the breath. So you take a slow, deep breath and you keep breathing like that. You slow breath in, hold the breath for a few seconds, and release the breath. By that cycle of breathing, by instructing your body to breathe that way, you're placing yourself in a position of authority over your physical body. They say this is very important because many of you are finding yourselves entrapped in your physical bodies, unable to remember who you are because you think that the senses of your body are what define you, and this is simply not true. But by the function of your breath in this fashion, slowly and deeply breathing in, holding the breath for a few seconds, and releasing it and giving your body direction to relax. You continue to breathe in this fashion. It begins a process of placing your body into a position where it will not disturb you and where you can be liberated from the distractions of the eyes, the ears, and the senses. This position that you begin to move into in consciousness, where you are now moving your awareness into a place where you're directing the body to relax, to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You now establish this in your body. You can continue to breathe in this fashion and still be able to fully listen to us and continue to direct your body to relax. You have that capability as the being that you are. Secondarily, you then turn your attention to the place in the middle of your head where all thought, all memory, all emotion resides. That is where you evaluate your memories. You have your thoughts. You consider your future. You bring your awareness to that place where thoughts, memories, emotions reside within your mind. You then use the same process of your breath where you imagine that you can draw your breath into the space where your thinking mind is. You breathe your breath into that space and you hold the breath for about 3 seconds. At the end of 3 seconds, you give your mind, as you exhale, permission to not think for a little while, to be still, to be quiet. You use your breath deliberately and intentionally like this. As you draw the breath in, hold it for 3 seconds. When you release, you give the mind permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And you will still find yourself that as you do this and give your mind to become quieter, calmer, and more peaceful, as it does that, your function and ability to hear us will be more enhanced, as your mind will not be distracting you with the concerns of what is to happen next or what has happened before. You now pull your attention away from the mind by giving it permission to relax. You may do the same thing with your emotions. If you find you have emotions that are very strong and powerful, you may do the same thing with them. You can draw your breath into the emotions, and as you exhale, you can give the emotions permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. The sequence of the breath is what has the greatest impact in that you are assuming authority over the body's breathing. And in that position of authority, the body will follow your instructions, as will your mind, as will your emotions. But the function of the breath is the key to establishing your authority gently and lovingly over the body. You do not attack it or force it to be quiet. You simply breathe and give the muscles in the body permission to relax. You give the thoughts in the mind permission to be still and to be quiet. You give all your emotions permission also to be still, to be quiet, and to be peaceful for a short period of time. And as long as you continue the process of asserting your breath in this fashion, both your body, your mind, and your emotions will continue to subside and subside. Some of you may even go under the impression that you might have fallen asleep, and we would say the opposite has actually happened. You've actually fallen awake. But that is another discussion altogether. But this is the time for awakening. What can you begin to do to awaken yourself? If you've been following this process of articulating your breath, then you're establishing an authority over your body through the function of the breath, establishing your authority over the function of your mind and your thoughts, establishing your authority over the emotions gently and lovingly through the function of your breath, which is very easy for any of you to do. To breathe in slowly, to hold the breath for 3 seconds, and to give the body permission to relax as you exhale, to give the mind permission to be still as you exhale, to give your emotions permission to be calm. In this simple process, you are coordinating your body, your mind, and your emotions using the breath of the body. This is the beginning of awakening, where you recognize that you can and are able to coordinate the activities of mind, body, and emotions. And this is the threshold to awakening, when you first experience and begin to realize that your utilization of the body's breath, where you can step in and direct the body to breathe in a very specific way, that you are literally taking authority over the body. And that when you give the body permission to exhale, give it permission to relax, again, you're gently and carefully assuming authority over your body. This process begins to allow the body to relax and return into a state that somewhat resembles sleep. Simultaneously, you use the same function of the body's breath with the mind, the thinking mind that you have, the mind that remembers, the mind that anticipates, the mind that wants to evaluate and analyze. And you use the same function of breath, because in using the function of breath in this fashion, you are taking authority over body and subsequently over mind, using the breath, drawing it into the place where thoughts, memories, emotions, and future considerations exist. And that as you exhale, you give the mind permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And you may even use those words gently to the mind, to the body, to relax, to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. Use the words gently, softly, kindly, and your mind and body will respond to you. Correspondingly, your emotions will begin to subside into stillness. And if you have strong emotions, you apply the same process. If you've got emotions that are in anxiousness or nervousness, or discomfort, you use the same process of your breath to breathe into those emotions. Hold the breath for a few seconds and give the emotions permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And you may even use those words with those emotions: to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You can say to the emotions, it's okay to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, as you direct the body to breathe. You'll find that the function of exhaling is where it is going to be the most easy for you to assert the function of your mind, your body, and your emotions to become still, to become quiet, to become calm, and to become peaceful. Because now, in assuming authority over your breath in this fashion, you are literally taking authority over your body, your mind, and your energy, which is what the substance of emotion is. Your substance of emotion are the energy that you use to create the existing conditions of your world, both individually and collectively. In placing yourself in the position of this authority, you are in the awakening process. You are stepping onto the threshold of being awake. In this position where the body, the mind, and the emotions react and respond to the way you interact with them in this fashion, you gain the fundamental awareness of yourself. You may begin to feel the body vibrating differently as you continue the process of this breath, and that you can still hear everything we say as you continue to direct the body to relax, to give the mind permission to be still, to give the emotions permission to be calm and peaceful, that you're able to still effectively hear every word we say and receive the vibrations herein transmitted. In this process of awakening, when the body, the mind, and your emotional fields are reacting and responding to you according to this function that we're describing, there are several factors that will begin to be experienced. One, some of you may begin to feel tingling or light sensations in the body. Some of you may feel a deep desire to leave the body by going into a state that you think is sleep. Some of you may feel a calmness wash over you. Others may begin to feel a sense of peace. These are natural effects when you can teach your mind and body and emotional field to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. Now, in this place, you come to a point in your consciousness where you are suddenly aware that your body, your mind, and your emotions do and will indeed follow your instructions, and that your capacity to shift and change your emotional energy in this fashion empowers you to differentiate yourself from remaining subjective to them. That is, the emotions that are in your body, the memories that are in your body, the concerns and wonders about life that are in your body are put in a position of stillness and quiet so that you are undistracted by them. And in that, your mind also begins to heal. In that, your energy begins to stabilize, because your energy is your emotion. The substance you create within this world is the emotions that you are aware of within your consciousness, within your body, within your mind. And in this process of learning to teach your emotions to follow your instruction through the application of breathing, in this process, you begin to remember your position of authority over your mind, over your body, and over your energy. This also places you into the position where you will become less subjective to what the world is telling you. That is, those that are in positions of control and authority that may be misusing their authority and control cannot have the same effect or influence at getting you to believe anything that they would want you to believe or convince you to do anything that they would want you to do, because you are no longer subjective to the emotional offerings that they would provide for you, as there are many ways in which they would choose to keep you bound in fear and uncertainty and distrust of yourself and each other. And we're simply here to say, in this process of awakening that you are engaging today with us, you begin to break the tethers and the bonds that have been forged in your consciousness by the environment. As you begin to gain functional experience with teaching your body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. As you begin to gain experience that with the simple act of your breath, you can instruct your mind to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And you can do so gently. You do not have to be fighting your mind. You just gently say, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. And also with your emotions, utilizing the function of your breath is the foundational stone upon which you can begin to stand by utilizing your breath to instruct mind, body, and your energy to be in a function of form that you can best utilize, instead of being left to the influences of the environment exclusively. This is the beginning of your awakening, to realize that you are not your body, that it is an instrument that follows your instructions, that you are not your thoughts as information that you have gathered from this material world through your 5 physical senses, and that information can likewise be put into stillness, quietness, and that your emotions, your energy, are simply reactions and responses to the information acquired in your mind and the sensations perceived by your body, but that even your emotions, through the application of this breathing process, that even your emotional energy will follow your instruction. And this is being awake, that you are no longer subjective to the eddies and flows of your emotions and your thoughts, that you can actually deliberately learn to direct and orchestrate and organize the way your mind, your emotions, your memory, and your body can influence and affect you. In any given moment where you find your mind or body getting out of control, you can merely apply this process of the breath. The sequence is important. You must realize that the moment you take authority over your breath, you're literally taking authority over the body. You are literally assuming authority over the body through the function of your breath. That you are assuming authority over the way in which you will allow your mind to have thoughts by using the breath. That you can reorganize and restructure emotional energy within you through the deliberate articulation of your breath in the fashion we've described. The more you are able to effectively apply the process, the easier you will understand how it is for you to be able to have authority over these things. By nature, you are designed to have authority over that body that you're in. You are designed by nature to have authority over the types, the nature, and quality of the thoughts that you harbor in there, both the ones you've acquired and the ones you've been given. That you have a natural authority over your emotional energy. That is the substance you create with. And everything you experience in your life is a product of the utilization of these 3 factors of your consciousness: your body, your mind, and your emotional energy. And that you are the conductor of them, not the subjective one to them. Many of you are under the illusion that you have no authority or control over your emotions. And we simply want to clarify that that is not true. That in the most profound sense of the word, you are the master of the temple of that living divinity that is your life. And what you may ask then happens to you when you place your body into this state where it is still and quiet. And what may happen to you when your emotions, by your own will, are brought into a state of stillness and quiet. And what may happen to you then when all thought and all memory and all future considerations are placed into a state of stillness by you. When you experience this, when you apply this, when you deliberately say, I'm aware of this anxiousness, I'm aware of this excitement, I'm aware of this fear, I'm aware of this joy. But for now, I'm going to place it into stillness. And you use the breath and you say to the energy, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. Once you begin to experience your natural authority over your mind and your body and your emotions, you are awakening. You move into the position of consciousness where you have the opportunity then to begin to, in all earnestness, to define and create and manifest the purpose for which you came into this world to do. Each and every one of you came into this world with a function that is unique to what you are as a spiritual consciousness. And the only thing that has stood between you and the fulfillment of your purpose is not understanding the nature of who you are, nor understanding the facets of the instruments that you have to use in this process of creation. You have a body that allows you to interact with this physical dimension. You have a mind that allows you to direct the actions of the body. And you have an energy called emotion through which actions become possible. Without emotional energy, there is no action possible. You would be unconscious in that sense to this world if you do not have emotional energy or a thinking mind. Our goal today was very simple, to understand that it is time that you begin to awaken and that you understand the simple process to fulfilling that begins here. It is not the only process, but it is the foundation of understanding that the utilization of your breath is essential for you to recognize your authority over this physical instrument that you have, and for you to recognize your authority over the thoughts in your own mind, to not defer that authority to the world around you, as that is what not being responsible is what causes all of your suffering. Allowing others to think for you, allowing others to decide for you, allowing others to tell you what you should be or to do. This is what's created much of your confusion. And so this natural developmental process of realizing that through the function of the utilization of your breath, you can train the body, you can train your mind, you can teach your emotional energy to be different than the way the world has trained your mind and your body and your emotions to be on your behalf. Because this is what has happened for so many of you. The world has taught you to think, to believe, to know, to say, to do. And many of the things that you've been taught to know, to believe, to think, to say, and to do are in contrast to who you really are. They contradict who you really are. And how can you know who you really are if you're believing that you are something what somebody else says you are? You cannot know yourself if you believe you are something somebody else has told you to be. But you can know who you are by getting into a relationship with what you truly are, to recognize this position of yourself as not being simply a physical meat sack, or not simply being a collage of information in your mind you call your thoughts, and not simply being a cacophony of emotional eddies and currents that are products of the thoughts that are in your mind, but to remember and recognize that you are the orchestrator of these things, that your thoughts, your emotions, your physical organism are by nature designed to follow and react and respond to instructions. Whether those instructions come from you or someone else, your mind, your body, and your emotions are responsive to the information and instructions that they receive, whether that information is coming from you or someone else. But we highly recommend that you begin this process of awakening so that you can begin to remember who you are. That when you begin to extricate yourself from being subjective to the content of your mind and your own emotional energies that mind has produced for you, that you can begin to evaluate, oh, I am not depression, I am not anxiety, that's not who I am. That's not who I am. I am not fear, I am not guilt, I am not shame, I am not these things. I am awareness. You'll come to that conclusion. Ultimately, if you apply this process, you will come to the understanding that you are an awareness and that you can then begin to evaluate the nature and quality of the thoughts within the structure of your mind once you've restored yourself to this position of objective authority. Without this position of objective authority over your own mind, you are at the mercy of the thoughts, the ideas, and the beliefs of everything around you. And many of you find yourself dissatisfied and unfulfilled because that is the case. So many of you are lost and subjective to the thoughts, the ideas, the insistences of those things around you. You've lost your way in information that did not originate with you, but you can restore yourself, awaken yourself. The simple function of your breath is not so simple at all, but it is simple in application. But that mere act of choosing to direct your body to breathe, the mere act to say, I'm going to breathe, in that simple function, you have assumed, at least put your hands on the reins of having authority over your physical organism. And when you apply that same process to the thoughts in your mind, where you say, I'm going to breathe in here and communicate to my mind, be still, be quiet, be peaceful, utilizing that function of breath, which operates as a suggestion to your mind to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And as your mind begins to become quiet under the direction of your breath in this fashion, you'll be beginning to grasp the reins of your own mind. In this, you begin to grasp the reins of your own mind, where you say, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. And that the function of your breath serves as the mechanism of immediate and clear authority that you have over your mind and body. That function where you say, I breathe this in, I give this instrument permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. I breathe in. And I give this instrument permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And I breathe into the space where thoughts are. And I give these thoughts permission to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And you will notice in just those first two steps, you'll feel your energy will begin to settle down. Even your emotional energy will begin to calm, because much of your emotional energy is directly correlated to the thinking processes in your mind. That is the thought system in your mind. Both the thought system you are aware of and the thought system you are unaware of. Both thought systems do affect the function of your emotional energy. But in this process of utilizing your breath in this fashion, you begin to bring the body and mind into a state of stillness and calm. You begin to restore yourself to yourself. You begin to feel a calmness and a peacefulness of being which is natural to who you are as you continue the process of the breath, allowing the body, the mind, the emotions to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. And now you begin to awaken. As you return to the stillness, as you allow your mind and body to relax and become calm and quiet, you you enter into awareness where you are suddenly faced with less thought than you had before, less emotion than you had before, and less distraction from the environment around you. This is the beginning of awakening. Within yourself is the knowledge of your purpose. And in order to get to the understanding of the knowledge of your purpose, you need to get out of the place where the knowledge of your purpose does not exist. The knowledge of your purpose does not exist within the mind or the personality that the world has given you. The knowledge of your purpose is in what you are. In this place of awareness, if you can begin to reflect upon yourself when the mind and body are still and quiet, and through the use of your breath, you have directed them to do so and be so. Through the use of your breath, you've given your emotions permission to be still, to be quiet, to be calm, to be peaceful. Rest in the stillness. Relax in this place where your mind and your body and your emotions are quieter than they were before. Allow yourself to become familiar with this stillness. Let yourself dwell in that place. Begin to reconnect to that place where there is no mind, no body, no emotional energy to distract you. Simply be aware that you are aware. And in that place, as you begin to explore that place of awareness, you'll begin to remember, experience, feel, and know what you are as a consciousness, as a soul. As you begin to get refamiliarized with who you are, you may start to have rememberings, ideas, inspiration, information come to you that does not come from your mind or from this world. By placing your mind and body in this place of stillness and quiet, and allowing the emotions to do the same through the use of your breath, you step into a world of perception that is not bound exclusively by the 5 physical senses or the experiences you've had in this physical world. You stand now in a world of awareness where mind and body do not distract you. And yet mind and body will be affected in a most dynamic way by your becoming aware of yourself as awareness, as independent of the distraction of thoughts and sense. The body will begin to vibrate differently. The systems of energy in the body begin to go through a process of correction and readjustment because you have got your mind, which is formerly interfering with that process, into a place where it is still and quiet and peaceful. You then begin to realize what you are. You begin to awaken. You are now on the threshold of yourself. In this place where both mind and body are still and quiet and peaceful, in this place, you can begin to receive information and guidance from sources not of this physical world. You open the door to communicating to what you would call your divine, your God, your ascended masters, many other beings that live in the realm of the non-physical dimensions of experience and information, of which you are a part. And in applying this process, you begin to move yourself gently into this other world that you are a part of. From this other world of consciousness, there's information and guidance that you can receive, that you can bring down into your mind and into your body and apply in this world. Information, ideas, actions that your mind cannot give you because it is restricted to that paradigm of information that it represents. But in gaining liberation from subjectivity to the thinking mind and the body, you gain access to realms of information not of your mind and not of your body. And while there are other considerations in this process, such as ensuring that your body is of fairly good health. If it is not, then this process will benefit you still just the same. But the process of awakening is what we wanted to articulate most effectively today. That this process of instructing your mind and your body into a place of stillness begins to allow you to awaken to what you are, because you are not simply a conglomerate of thought and information that you've acquired from this world, and you're not simply a physical organism experiencing a physical dimension. They are certainly aspects of what you get to experience through them. But your body is not you. Your mind is not you. Your emotions are not you. They are mechanisms that you utilize in the function of the fulfillment of creation, your purpose for being. But you need to know who you are in order to recall what it is you came here to be and to do. And it may be unique and distinct to each and every one of you. Many of you have acquired information from this world and have found yourself gravitating towards, I want to be this or I want to be that, because that feels right to me. And so you do so. And that would be in alignment with you. But many of you are doing things and being things that you are not feeling right about doing. And that is where you are engaged in things that may not be in alignment with who you are. And so it becomes very important then to step away from what you know into the realm of what you do not know, which is what awakening is, where you gain access to information beyond what you think you know. We hope that this has been sufficient enough to articulate the necessity, the need, and the importance for awakening, for your awakening. Your awakening is your choice and your responsibility. Many of you have been calling forth your guides, your angels, your gods. Help us, you say. Guide us, you say. And so we have come forth in many forms, not just through this one, but many forms, to give you the simple, easy steps that you can grasp and understand irrespective of your existing circumstances. That even the smallest and simplest of steps can lead you away from suffering, even if they are small. For some of you, these may be fairly profound steps, even groundbreaking for you. But for each of you, it will be what it is for each of you. And we are well aware of this. And to what degree and extent that you would choose to apply this process, to that degree and extent you will gain the understanding of which we speak. For we can know what it is, but you yourself must know in order to validate the truth of it. It is not enough for us to say something to you and have you believe it. It is more important for us that you experience something so that you know it. As knowing transcends belief. Knowing transcends belief. And so experience of this kind gives you a knowing that this world cannot give you, has not given you, and will not give you. There are many instances of individuals that have come into your civilizations and given you information that was not of this world, but which improved the nature, the quality, and the existence and the performance of your civilizations and your cultures. But each individual must choose themselves to avail themselves of these processes to awaken yourself. But you have called and we have answered in many forms. If you have heard, we are grateful. If you have not, we will continue to articulate the message until it is heard. That is what we do. Thank you. I want to say thank you to the Ascended. I want to say thank you to everybody for coming out today. We can share your experiences. Whatever you experience from this, share it. Take a moment to share what you experienced with this event today in the comment section. Leave what you experienced doing this. Doesn't matter who you are, but leave a comment of what you experienced when you did what they suggested you do. And I love the simplicity of what was just said, that the moment you take a breath, the moment you choose to tell the body to breathe, you're actually taking authority. We're actually taking authority over our bodies just by the mere act of breathing. And that we can use that same awareness of authority to take control of our minds, to take control of our emotions. So please share your experience with others about that. Because I don't know about you guys, but I can really feel the love, the bliss that comes with awakening. Because there is, when you suddenly realize that you can teach your mind and body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. When you can teach your mind to do that and experience how that feels because you've done it, it's an amazing feeling. Anyway, share what your experience was. I'd really love to see what your thoughts are. First I was coughing, then I was in outer space in a ship. Yeah, that happens too. I've heard that happening as well. Oh, thank you so much, Suzanne. Really appreciate it. Yeah, really appreciate that. So I'm streaming live on TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube, and I will take questions from all three platforms, and I will let them answer as they see fit. But please share your experience. Somebody else is saying here on TikTok, wow, I had a vision too. Things will start to happen when God speaks to me, it's just like, it's normal. It really is normal that God should be able to speak to you. And he speaks to everybody, but very few people know how to listen. What they've just said today will give you a way to listening, not just to God, but to ascended masters, to other beings that are on other dimensions of consciousness. So keep that in mind, that this is an amazing and simple tool to begin the process of your awakening. But certainly at the very least, it will give you a way to calm your mind and body down, to get unplugged from the information that the world is stuffed in your head. Somebody's put up a super chat here on YouTube. Thank you, Lisa. Really, really appreciate that. Message from my brother-in-law, Chris. Q, please. Thank you. A message for him. Oh, Chris, I hope you've been... First of all, Chris, there's this emanation of love that's coming. It's not coming to your heart. It's coming right into your head, like to the very middle of your head, to be open and receptive to receiving the vibration of love in the middle of your head. Close your eyes. Close your eyes and bring your awareness into the space in the middle of your head. Bring your awareness to the space in the middle of your head and allow the vibration of the frequency of love to be received. Be open and receptive to receiving this love. This love is coming to you from somebody. It's very strong. It's like this yellow-white light, very intense. I get this strong female energy. It's giving you this love, Chris. And it's coming literally right in the middle of the physical brain. It's just like an illumination. If you can bring your awareness in that place, let yourself feel that coming in there. Just this joyful, she's got this joyful voice, and she's saying, I'm so grateful that you can receive this from me. She's very excited at the possibility that you can be open to receiving this, right? This is very wonderful. Let yourself receive that from her, Chris. Let yourself receive that love from her. This is beautiful soul. I'm feeling like light-colored hair, blue eyes, very soft energy to her. But the energy she's transmitting is really intense, an intense white and yellow like ray, like this pillar of white and yellow light going right into the center of your brain. Really cool. Wow, thank you for that, Lisa. I really felt that. Thank you so much. Somebody's saying that's the most relaxed I've been in a while. I'm so glad to hear that, Andrea. Wonderful. Someone said, I saw my spirit rise out of my body and just rest above it. That's beautiful. Yeah, that happens a lot. Astral traveling can happen a lot for people. I'm just scrolling up. We've got so many comments and questions. I'll try and Love is the dark that needs to find the lights again. Well, that's an interesting statement that you say that. You are the love. You are love. And most people, most souls in this world are trapped in their minds, and they're trapped in their bodies thinking that's all that I am. I'm just this body. I'm just this mind. And that's love trapped in an illusion. What they just walked us through, this process of awakening, is so important. How can it be any simpler than that? It can't be any simpler than that. A lot of people try to get to that place of, I don't want to feel a thing. I don't want to feel disturbed. I don't want to feel this anxiousness. People will use drugs and use alcohol to try and find a way to get rid of their discomfort. And that's not going to have any good effects for you long term. But yeah, it's a beautiful thing. But please let me know how you experience this. That process they took us through. Yeah, that's right. Thank you for sharing your beautiful light. You're very welcome. Thank you for sharing yours. Takes one to know one, right? That's right. We are doing that. We are together. Yeah, we are. Totally. I believe I'm here to hold the light, the grid, the area to help with the shift. Yes, you are. Thank you for the instruction. I'm awakening now with your help. Yeah, I'm so grateful to hear that. Remember, it takes a lot of effort. I'm just trying to make an adjustment here so I can see people's names properly. There we go. The red one. You're welcome, red one. Got a question here from someone saying, I'm going back to sleep now as it just relaxed me. Also, it's just freeing. Question from Ginger and Spice. I've outgrown my current living situation. It's time for me to move, but I'm limited on resources at the moment. Will I move to a more suitable home this year? I get a strong yes for that, but you have to release the emotional energy that's connected to the limited resources. Everything that you have in your life, all of us, there's no exception to this rule, whether you're rich or poor, doesn't matter. The emotions that you hold in your body and in your mind are connected to the experiences you're having. You are holding on to an emotion that's maintaining that limitation. The moment you can pinpoint what is the emotion that's connected to the limitation, you can change it. If you want to learn how to do that in a really intimate and closed environment, go sign up for our masterclass 101. It's an introduction to mediumship and awakening that begins March the 9th. Go to my website, williammichaelforbes.com, and begin your process of awakening. Like, sign up and begin that process. It's an intimate, closed environment where you will learn over a 3-week period, Sunday to Friday, every week for an hour. You're going to get together. You're going to learn to meditate. You're going to connect your guides, your angels. You're going to learn to awaken yourself, and you'll learn how to get rid of these emotions that do not serve you anymore. So not so much get rid of them, but transform them from one state into another. Because emotions cannot be created or destroyed. They can only be changed from one state to another. So whatever that emotion is that you've got connected to that limitation, you need to change that emotional energy, because once you change the energy, you'll change the effect in your world. The trick then is to sustain the change in energy. And again, you have to learn how to do that. You will learn from the Ascended Masters in these master classes how to do that. That's why they're called master classes, because the Ascended Masters do most of the teaching in the program. Love it. Great question, Ginger. Thank you so much. Scrolling down here. Thank you. Appreciate that. As within, so without, practice energetic clearing work like the meditation. That's correct. We're trying to find some questions here. Right. It's time to take loving authority for sure. Someone says, I saw the spirit rise out of my body and just rest above it. That's beautiful. That happens a lot. There are so many people, when you've been spending years, some people spend years in depression and anxiety like I did, years in it. And when you suddenly have a moment where you stumble, for my case, I fell into it. when you suddenly have an experience where you can actually step out of the emotions and alter and change their energy, it's amazing. For some people, it's like, oh, it's like the heavens open up, literally like that. When you literally find that it's within your power to liberate yourself from suffering. It's always within your power. Like what the Ascended said a little earlier about those 3 steps: using the breath to calm the body, using the breath to quiet the mind, using the breath to calm the emotions. And you continue doing that. And there's a moment, I'll tell you, as you're seeing some of the people making comments here are experiencing it, you will experience a shift in your consciousness. You'll experience a shift in who you are. You'll experience a shift in your mind and body, because your mind and body are designed to be your servants, not your masters. Right? Very, very exciting, very fascinating. Got another super chat here from Lisa. Thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. Thank you. Oh, yeah, I did. Let me see this. Thank you, William. Any message from my guides today? Lisa, thank you for that question. And thank you again for the super chat. You're very wise to give your brother an awareness of love. Your willingness to give to him in this fashion indicates a hint of what you are here to do, that you are here to bring light to others, to end the suffering of others. You are here to bring light to others, to end the suffering of others. Yeah. I wonder who that woman is. She likes it a lot. I finally felt my mind be quiet. This really is helpful. Thank you. You're very welcome, Joy. Thank you for being one of my subscribers. Really appreciate that. Is my daughter okay? Yes, your daughter is okay. She is okay. Yes. Someone's saying, I feel a big surge of high vibrational energy helping lift us all out of the dense 3D. That's what happens. When you can elevate your energy out of being subjective to your mind and body, because most people are trapped by the information that's been shoved in their heads and they don't know what to do about it. But yeah, you can feel this incredible euphoria, a liberation of sorts, and it really, really is. It really, really is. Lisa, you have a beautiful day too, darling. Thank you so much for your support. And thank all of you for the support of this channel. Remember, you can, if you want to support this channel, you can do so through PayPal, the links for which are on my YouTube channel or on the Linktree link in my bio. You know, for some of you that are asking questions, I want you to know that booking a reading with me would be a really good thing for you to do, because it gives you a chance to go into a really deep dive about the information that only gets answered. It just gets the surface scratched here. When you ask a question, you're just scratching the surface here. And you want to really get into a place where you're doing a little bit more than just scratching the surface. You want to go really deep to liberate yourself. Really, you do. Let's see here. Thank you so much. Just scrolling down, and wow, I had a vision too. That's great. A lot of people having visions. Such clarity and expansion. I feel my energy expanding. That's right. Thank you. My mind wanders off on me. I guess I say, I just say, I rebuke you, evil spirits. That's when I'm alone. Well, that's one way, but your mind is not evil. Your mind, your mind is a beautiful thing. It's just been filled with information that's not necessarily good. Most of the television and mass media communication, so-called entertainment, is designed to keep people in fear. It's designed to keep you in an energy that you can be controlled and enslaved in. And when you start to liberate yourself from that enslavement, it's a beautiful thing. When you start to liberate yourself from fear, you start to liberate yourself from what the world has enslaved you to, then you can come back to your purpose. I like what was said a little earlier, that when you use this process of the breath to quiet the body, to quiet the mind, to quiet the emotions, you move yourself to a place on the threshold of of what you really are, of understanding who you are and what you came here to be and to do, instead of what the world has tried to make you into being and doing. And look at how distorted some people are being convinced to make themselves, to distort their bodies, to distort their thinking, to harm other people. These are distortions that have been given to you. And it's really important to make a distinction between who you are and what the world is telling you to be. It's important, right? I know that. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Fee saying, I missed meditation, just back from an energetic bike ride, and it's really helped me shift stuck energies. Really helped emotionally raise my vibration, seeing multiple numbers. Wonderful. I'm happy for you, Fee. That's great. I'm painting my vision called redemption. Congratulations. Yeah, there's like a floating sensation. Yeah, sometimes when you do that process that they taught us, some people will feel like their body's not there anymore because you're not in your body. When you put your body asleep like that, you put it into a state where it's relaxed, you put your mind into a state of relaxed, you liberate yourself from subjectivity to the body. And sometimes it feels like your body's not even there. I remember meditating sometimes, and I get this compulsion to want to look. I don't feel my body there, and I want to open my eye and look, but I know I'm not supposed to. I want to stay in the state I'm in, right? But again, that's just curiosity. You actually do not enter. You not exist in your body when you leave it like that. Do my guardian angels or my ancestors have a message for me? This is from Joy. Joy. I don't know why, but I'm getting like a bundle of sage, but it's a big bundle in hand, like sage, like a big bundle of sage. It's tied with white string, but the white string has a rose through the string, and you need to sage with that rose and that white string around it, and you need to do some saging there, which is about releasing and cleansing. Sage and native practices was about using the energy of that substance to clear negative energies from within and around the body. But you can do that in other ways too. But they're saying for me to tell you this sage, like physically use some sage today. Very important. Lauren's asking, may I have a question answered? Yes, if you, what's your question, Lauren? Is above. Okay, Lauren, thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Let's see if I can find it. Lauren, where are you, darling? We'll get there. It's a lot of questions here today. There it is, Lauren. May I have a message from my ancestors or spirit guides or guardian angels today? And who is coming through? Again, you need to be more specific, but yeah. Again, I'm being told to tell you, Lauren, it's really important to rest in the stillness today. To literally rest, you put your awareness in stillness. To put your awareness in stillness. I've got the energy of Pan. I've got the energy of Archangel Michael that want to connect with you in the stillness, to receive the guidance with regard to liberating. Yes. Okay, I won't. I'm not going to say, but there's something that from your past needs to be liberated. And Pan saying that one of the ways to do that is to get out in nature, to connect with him in nature. And Michael says, if you move into this place of silence, I can assist you in releasing that old tether, that old tie that you've got to that thing from the past that he's indicated that you're still struggling with, to let that go. Wow. Thank you, Lauren. Love that. Somebody said, I heard a spaceship come in my backyard. Well, there are dimensional realms happening. There are dimensional crossings going on right now, folks. There really are. Who is my guardian? Oh, is he my guardian angel now? Yes. So many people mistake ego for the source messages. I get a different feeling in my head. That's very true. A lot of people can mistake their thinking mind or what they've read in a book or what they've heard can convince them something else is a deity. You will know when you connect to your true divinity, because you'll feel peace. You'll feel love. You'll feel possibilities. You'll feel free. There's a sensation of being, not just, you'll feel it in your body too. You can embody peace. You can embody the spirit in the body. But yeah, a lot of people get caught up in their egos thinking it's spirit. It's not. There's a clear distinction between spirit and ego. I saw my spirit rise up. Oh, you saw that, did you? Hi, Susan. Susan, you need to change your diet. It's the first thing you're telling me, Susan, you need to change what you're eating. You need to change the fuel you're giving to your body right now. He said, you've got certain things you have to stop putting into the body right now. Right? I'm being told to tell you that when you make the right corrections to what you put in the body, evaluate them very carefully. Evaluate what you put in your body carefully. Right now, it's very important for you to change, what you're putting in the body. The emotional substance that you need to make the changes that you've been desiring but struggling to make cannot happen, because the substance you're putting into the body produces a chemistry that prevents those emotions from actualizing in your body. Wow, that's cool. So that's really cool. So you're putting something in your body that's producing a chemistry in the body that prevents you from bringing in energies that will let you create what you really want to create with your world. That's really cool. I like that. I've never heard that put that way before. Danielle is asking, is there a message from the promising 18-year-old young man who committed suicide recently by throwing himself at a train? For 2 years, he suffered from depression over his mom's Alzheimer's. Yeah. Is there a message from him? Yeah, he's just saying, I just wanted to be with my mom. I wanted to be with my real mom. I missed her. Things like, again, I'm not a medical professional, and this is not medical advice. I'm just talking from experience that I've had. And, in cases of Alzheimer or loss of memory, which have their reasons for being, it's not some mystical thing, but a lot of people don't want to be here. And they start, sometimes when they start to leave, their memory starts to go, because the soul starts to detach from the body. It starts to move into a different dimensional realm. This happens. And they actually are starting to leave this dimension. And so they're not the same, because their consciousness is leaving. It's like you're speaking to somebody. Thank you. So they're just telling me how to explain this. So you're speaking to somebody and you're having a conversation, and they begin to walk backwards away from you, but they're still speaking to you. The further away they get, the less you can hear them. Think of that as an allegory for when the soul starts to depart the physical dimension. It's getting further and further away. So the communication and the connection between the two isn't as intact. But the connection between the souls is still the same. But because most people relate to each other as bodies and minds, very few people understand how to connect to the soul. So in conditions like that, that's one of the things that is happening. It's not necessarily the only thing, because conditions like Alzheimer's can also be brought on by bad diet, aluminum toxicity. There's many different things that can precipitate that function. And again, I'm not a medical profession, but that's what my guidance is giving to me right now to share with you. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Yeah, he just wanted to be with his mom. Someone saying, I'm definitely vibrating differently now. Can I review what was just done? I can review what they said, yeah. So basically what the Ascended said, okay. It's very important that you understand these simple steps. The first step, now I'm paraphrasing, okay? The first step is to use your breath, to draw your breath in slowly and fill your lungs completely. Hold the breath for about 3 seconds And when you exhale, you give your body permission to relax. And you breathe in again like that. And again, you hold the breath for about 3 seconds. And when you exhale, you give your body permission to relax. And you continue in this fashion with each breath, allowing the body to relax. And you communicate to your body, relax. The second step is to then use the function of your breath and draw your breath into the space where you keep your thoughts, your memories, your emotions, and your future concerns. And you breathe into that space and you fill that space with your breath. And you hold your breath in that space for 3 seconds. And as you exhale, you say to the mind, be still, be quiet, be peaceful. Be still, be quiet, be peaceful. And you continue using the breath in this fashion until the mind finally relaxes into the stillness that you've directed to do so. And then you may do the same thing with any emotions or concerns that you may have. You draw your breath into the body. You hold it for approximately 3 seconds. And as you exhale, you say to the emotions, it's okay to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful. You may vary the language or words you use with your emotions. You may say, it's okay to be still. You are safe. I am with you. But the function of the breath in conjunction with the thoughts is important. That you recognize that when you direct the body to exhale, you are affecting suggestion upon the body, upon the thinking mind, upon the energy of emotion. That the reapplication of the process gives you the proper authority, that is, you are assuming proper authority over your physical body, over your thinking mind, over your emotional energy. In this process, you begin to reclaim that authority. As mind and body and emotion begin to settle into the direction of stillness that you've guided them through this breathing process, you place your awareness, yourself, in a position where you are no longer distracted by thoughts, by senses, by memories, by what you may anticipate. You are now in a place where you are out of that system, and you are simply aware that your body is quiet, your mind is calmer, your emotions peaceful. This is where your ascended master Jesus went for his first time in the garden, where he taught his mind, his body, his emotions to be still. And in the stillness, he began to realize what you call God. As your great master Buddha did the same thing, and many other masters like them, this process of entraining your mind and body to be your servants and not your masters is essential. But that is the articulation of the process as you requested. Wow. I joined late. I missed the process. Can I get any guidance, please? That's funny. Kilara is asking, is my dad with me? Off and on, Kilara. He comes in when you find yourself feeling emotional about him. That's when you can commune with him. A lot of people don't realize when you're in an emotional state about somebody that's lost, that you've lost them from this physical world, they've gone from the physical dimension, and you're feeling loss or mournfulness about them. You're feeling, oh my God, they're gone. I miss them so much. They're actually connecting with you in that moment, but you've got this program in your mind that says when the body's gone, they don't exist anymore. That's like me saying, if I break the television signal is not there anymore. It's there. They still exist in consciousness. So when you find yourself, Kiara, having those moments where you're feeling your dad's missing, pause. That's when his spirit is present with you. And you can sit and feel his energy. And if you can get your mind and your emotions settled down enough, you can actually communicate with him energetically. In our Masterclass 101, we can take you along a process where you can learn to train your mind and train your body into that place where you can begin to receive connection with lost loved ones, beings from different dimensions, ascended masters, others. And again, go to williammichaelforbes.com if you want to know more about those courses and those classes and to sign up for them today. Go do that. Yes. Someone's saying, I'm an empath. Will I ever stop picking up negative energy from spirits and people? Yes. If you follow this process, Jay, it is Jay, isn't it? Let me just make sure I got your name right here. Jay. Yes, Jay. There are a lot of highly empathic people. In fact, everyone on this planet has a varied degree of empathy. Everyone. Even the most psychopathic madman has a degree of empathy. It's just very, very low. But you higher level empaths, where you can feel the emotions of other people as if they're your own. People are around you and they're upset and you're feeling it. You can't make them responsible for it by getting them to not talk or not be who they are. But you can mitigate and change the way other people's emotions and energy affect you from this realm and others. And there's a really simple process. We teach this in our masterclass, and I highly encourage you to sign up for that. But this breathing process that the Ascended has shared with us all today is a foundational step to doing that. But there are other things that you can learn in the masterclass to learn how to actually filter out and not get yourself caught up in the emotional energy of other people around you, so that they're upset or frustrated. You don't have to feel upset and frustrated. You can just recognize that they are in that state, but that's not who you are. And then you can have empathy and you can project energy to people to heal them. You can actually send energy out to people. Really, like try this. For some of you that are very sensitive to people's emotions, you find yourself overreacting. That's not because there's something wrong with you. And that's not something that you need to get other people to change so you don't have to deal with those feelings. You need to learn how to use your own emotional energy. It's really important for you to harness your own emotional energy and not make other people responsible for them. Otherwise, you're not going to be able to live the life you came here to live. You're not going to be able to create what you came here to create. But learning this simple process of the breath, training both your mind and your body to be still, to be quiet, to be peaceful, to teach all these things to be in a different state, you will find yourself awakening, and you will no longer be subjective to the emotions and energies of other people. You'll be able to observe them. Oh, I'm picking up the fear from that person. That person's in a state of fear. It's not my fear. I'm aware of it. And once you're aware they're in a state of fear, you can do this. You can turn around and go, that person's in fear. I'm just going to send out a vibration of love to them. And you can do this. Anybody who's highly empathic, you're picking up somebody's anxiousness. They're around you. Sit down and recognize that their anxiety is not yours. You're just taking it on. What you need to do then is, oh, they're afraid. So project or transmit a feeling of love to them. Don't say a word. Just send out a feeling of love. Even for a moment, just go, I transmit a feeling of love to you. And watch what happens. Because when you can learn how to transmit energy, you can change things around you. But most people are reactive and responsive to other people, other things. The entire global educational system is programmed to teach people to only receive. It's only to teach people to be subjective and receive, not how to create or generate functions of action, right? So you've been conditioned to just receive people's emotions, receive people's thoughts, but they've never taught you how that you can actually project energy too and change things. You don't have to be subjective. I do understand that place. Thank you for that consideration. Yeah, we got that. Someone saying, I saw a light inside. Yeah, it's beautiful. Thank you for that. Just scrolling down here, got a lot more questions coming on. Someone's saying one person in high vibrations trumps 1,000 in low emotions. That's absolutely true. Oh, I got a super chat here from Amanda. Thank you so much, Amanda. Had a dream last night in which I know I need to release fear. I am not sure what fear it is in relation to. Thank you. Can you tell me what that is? Yes, I will in a minute, Andrea. You don't need to know what the fear is connected to. In the dream, you connected to the fear, so you know. What I would ask you to do, Amanda, is find out where in your body is the fear. Where does it live in your body? Because if you've got an emotion that you're feeling, it's living somewhere in your body. You want to go to that place in the body. Yes, I will. Someone tell me, do not make it into more than it is. Do not make it into more than it is. Liberate the fear from your body. And as I was saying, what you want to do is you want to use, find out where it lives in your body, and you want to use your breath to release the fear from your body. You can release energy from your body with your breath, right? Just like you can release air from the body, you can take in air with the body. You can release emotion from the body. You can take emotion into the body. Really simple. Andrea's asking, thank you for the super chat. Andrea, can I answer Tiffany's question from above? Let's see. Tiffany's question from above. Tiffany's asking, any specific song that Philippe would like me to sing at his celebration of life? Thank you so much. He said, I'm getting goosebumps. Louis Armstrong's It's a Wonderful World. Look at my hair standing right up on end. Wow. Thank you so much. He is so grateful. Thank you so much. It's a Wonderful World. He wants you to, I get it. He wants you to sing that at his celebration of life. He is so overjoyed that you asked that. Wow. His energy is just so strong right now. But yeah, sing that song for him. He would really appreciate that. For everybody needs to understand that this is really a wonderful world. You realize that sometimes after you leave, but please do that for him. Wow. Thank you so much for that. That was very intense. I love when they do that. Love from Australia. Love back to Australia. Love from North America. Yes, he is. And somebody's asking, is it finally over between C and I? Yes. And I don't know who this is, but they're saying, yes, this feels like a female figure saying, finally. Yes. They don't like you suffering. Wow. Yes. Hi, Silvana. Is there any message for me? Yeah, Silvana, drink some water and add Celtic sea salt to your water today. You want to add some salt to your water today? Celtic sea salt, if you can get it. It's a little expensive, but it's well worth it. You need to be adding Celtic sea salt to your water at least today. Add about half a teaspoon over the course of a day. You put a pinch here, a pinch there in your water. You need that. Wow, that's really cool. That's simple. Oh, thank you, Andrea. Thank you so much for doing that. And Tiffany, thank you so much for asking that question. Philippe, thank you so much for sharing that. It's what a delight that was. I guess, Andrea, you knew what was going on there. You were guided for that, to do that for sure. I'm trying to catch up here, guys. So busy. Yeah, I got chills too, Tanya. Wasn't that amazing? Thank you for that heart. I really appreciate that. Thank you for subscribing on TikTok. I really appreciate that so much. Yeah. I'm going to put you in a timeout if you keep spamming. Okay. I'm going to put you in a timeout here. It's not fair when you spam. Mute your account for a bit. There you go. That'll stop that. Thank you. There's lots of people here that are asking questions, and spamming is disrespectful to them. If you really want a question answered, use the super chat feature if you're on YouTube, or use the PayPal link on the Linktree link in my bio on TikTok, and you can send a question to me. It will be answered for sure. I do the best I can to answer as much as we possibly can. But if you really want a question, use those features. It just makes it easier, and it supports the channel. You support us being able to do this every day, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, Saturday. Your contributions support us being able to do this. And your support also gets this information to other people. We are at a very crucial time in human collective unconsciousness. We are in such an important time. And any support you can give us is really appreciated and honored. Thank you so much. School for Creators, thank you for that sticker. Really appreciate that. Thank you so much. There's your question. School for Creators is asking, I had a lot of swifts in my dream last night. I was trying to pick them from the tree as they were sleeping. There were hundreds of them, but they were always escaping me. Any comments from my guides? It's not about trying to grasp them. It's trying to grasp what they're trying to tell you. You need to go into a state of peace where we can commune the truth to you in a state of peace. We were resting on the branches for you to realize that is what you need to do, to be at rest. Be open and receptive to receiving from us what we need to offer to you. And in the silence of your being, you will hear us and know. I'm just asking them how you can do that. What the Ascended were saying earlier, that process, if you were here earlier, for the process of the breathing, use that process to get to that place of silence where the mind and body are gently put out of the way, and you as awareness can experience their energy. They're saying they weren't trying to escape you. They're trying to actually communicate with you. So you misunderstood. That you're only going to hear their message from the stillness within you. Thank you so much for that. I really appreciate it. Someone says, I joined Patreon and it said to ask a question, but I didn't know how to do it. Hi, Andrea. So thank you for joining my Patreon. Patrons, by the way, we have our upcoming meeting. This let me find it over here. Upcoming Patreons meeting. Patrons only live event this Wednesday, February the 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's Master Maitreya. And it's a do not stay asleep is the discussion and event subject for that night. And for asking your question on Patreon, one of the things you need to do is use the mail system in Patreon. The actual system within Patreon, you can send a message directly to me through your Patreon account. Just if you can't, then go directly to my Gmail address, williammichaelforbes59@gmail.com, and you could submit your Patreon question there for the month. And as many of my patrons currently do. I want to wish you much love today, all of you. It's inevitable. Let's get back over here. Love is inevitable. I like that. Let's go. Someone saying, William, my brother passed away 20 years ago. Hi, you're from the other day. He did give you a message. I love you all too. And I think we are complete for today, everybody. I want to say thank you to everybody. Again, for those of you that want to join my Patreon event before it comes up this Wednesday, go to patreon.com/William Michael Forbes. If you want to join any of our courses, you want to book a reading with me, go to my website, WilliamMichaelForbes.com, or alternatively, TorontoMedium.com. And you can sign up for the masterclass or book a reading there and choose your own appointment and calendar date. Our masterclass series for this year begins March the 9th. It's our masterclass 101 on awakening. And it's called a masterclass because most of the classes are taught by the Ascended Masters. I allow them to speak and channel through me the lessons and the meditations that they do with us all. As they say that meditation is a foundational core to liberating yourself and to actualizing your purpose in this world. I want to say again, thank you everybody for your questions, your considerations, your support for this channel. Remember to like, to subscribe, to share. These things help the algorithms bring this information out to more people. So when you're not just giving a little heart, you're not just giving a thumbs up, you're giving somebody else an opportunity to get this information across to them. And if you feel the information's benefited you, then don't deny that benefit to other people. Give them that too. Support this channel in that way. I want to wish every one of you so much love. Have yourselves a wonderful and incredible and a joyful day. And I will see you guys all on the Monday edition of Shortcuts for Your Soul, which starts at 10 a.m. Eastern Time on Monday morning. Bye for now, everybody.